How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You said that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we.
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get. It up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Watch one. Watch the
They go play action. Bridgewater. He gets it to Brown. Complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Let's get it.
On second and 12, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's third and 18. They need something big.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island.
From the gun, Bridgewater, fleshed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Watson, off play action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Running on first down, Eckler. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus-yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vinny Curry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack on 1st down, Watson flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Back to throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Vinny Curry. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return on this one as that kick's out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater under pressure again, and down he goes again. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his right. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 3rd and 5.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 39-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Watson, and this one complete to Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. Now Eckler. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? The Jets on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Herb Smith Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved. Call a few more.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Darius Leonard racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
We got to step it up.
Here's Bridgewater, eluding the pressure right. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Auden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He can run for it, and he will. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
From the 31, Bridgewater. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here comes Peppers. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. It's Eckler again. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and that will shave one more off this lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First down, Bridgewater. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Joe Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down. Bridgewater. He finds his running back, Mixon. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Throwing is Bridgewater. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Bridgewater on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. They started on the ground with Eckler. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They'll run here with Eckler. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On second down, Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, it's Eckler. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they run with Mixon. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Going up top, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Watson. Flushed out right. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He'll buy some time right. That's complete to the fullback, James Devlin.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The Jets on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Watson. And a big loss is here as he's taken down. Matt Milano gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for New York. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 13. Bridgewater. Darius Leonard. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Here is Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
SOS.
Mike 7, Mike 7.
Hey, we got to get this stop here.
Throwing now, Watson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Watson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. fantasy owners
Yeah.
who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jets, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.